Let's pray. Father Yahuwah, we thank Thee again for our day, this day that Thou hast made, Thy Sabbath, 22nd day of the second lunation. Help us to come before Thee in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, to praise Thee and lift up Thy name. Grant us understanding, knowledge, and wisdom from Thee, that we may understand, that we may obey Thy word, Thy truth. Help us to be humble, obedient, and meek before Thee. Wash us with the word of truth, the living water that washes all our transgression and filthiness of our flesh, and cover us by the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach, in spirit and mind, that we may boldly come before Thee, to be with Thee as we seek Thy way. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Today we are continuing our study and reading of the Bible, passages from Psalms, 16th Psalm and 17th Psalm. Psalm 16. Preserve me, O Elohim, for in Thee do I put my trust.
O my soul, thou hast said unto Yahuwah, Thou art my Adonai, my goodness extended not to Thee,
but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight.
Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another god. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips.
Yahuwah is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot.
Lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yeah, I have a goodly heritage.
Psalm 16 verse 7. I will bless Yahuwah, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons.
I have set Yahuwah always before me, because He is at my right hand, I shall not be moved.
Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope.
For Thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt Thou suffer Thine Holy One to see corruption.
Thou wilt
shew me the path of life. In Thy presence is fullness of joy. At Thy right hand there are pleasures for evermore.
Psalm 17, please.
Verse 1. Hear the right, O Yahuwah, attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer, that goeth not out of feigned lips.
Psalm 17 verse 2. Let my sentence come forth from Thy presence. Let Thine eyes behold the things that are equal.
Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress.
Concerning the works of men, by the word of Thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer.
Hold up my goings in Thy paths, that my footsteps slip not.
I have called upon Thee, for Thou wilt hear me, O Elohim. Incline Thine ear unto me, and hear my speech.
Shew Thy marvelous loving kindness, O Thou that savest by Thy right hand them which put their trust in Thee, from those that rise up against them.
Psalm 17 verse 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of Thy wings.
From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about.
They are enclosed in their own fat, with their mouth they speak proudly.
They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth.
Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places.
Arise, O Yahuwah, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is Thy sword.
Psalm 17 verse 14. From man which are Thy hand, O Yahuwah, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly Thou fillest with Thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes.
As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness.
Psalm 16 verse 1, Preserve me, O Elohim, for in thee do I put my trust. I've been telling you all along, this trust has nothing to do with a sense of security that you might feel. No, trust is a vehicle. It's a container. It's an account. It's an equity position. It's something that you must have. It's something you must be entitled to. Oh, I trust God's gonna be good for me. It's not that trust. It's not that sense of security. Oh, I have a peace in my heart. No. It is quite possible, however, that you could have a sense of security when you put your trust into His faithfulness. Yes, it could be an outcome of it, but that's not the trust. It's like saying, I feel fine because I think I have $1 million in the bank. That would be stupid. Either you do have $1 million in the bank account or you don't, right? Just because you feel like you have money in the bank does not mean that bank's gonna give you the money, right? The trust is a real thing. Do you understand? So who has to give you the assurance that the money is in the bank's account in your name? Who? You or the bank? The bank has to do that. When you go to bank and you show yourself, oh, this is Mr. So-and-so, I like to open up my account and get the money out. And the bank teller says, oh, sure, yeah, I see you have $1 million. They have to tell you that. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. It's meaningless. All this sense of security that people talk about, oh, I believe in God, I trust in God, it means absolutely nothing unless God tells you, yes, I'm going to protect you because you have trust in me. You put your valuable in me. I have your possession. So let's read that verse one more time carefully. Preserve me, O Elohim, because in thee my trust is in thee. My valuable, you have it. That's why you gonna preserve me. When I have $1 million in certain bank, okay, and I visit their branch, the branch managers are gonna come out and say, oh, come on, you want some coffee? They're gonna treat me like important person. Why? Because if they treat me bad, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my money and go somewhere else. It's the same principle. So, you need to ask, how do I put my trust in Yahuwah Elohim? How do I do that? There's only one way to do that. You obey His way. That's it. There's no other way. He gives you credit. He gives you, for the lack of a better word, money or points every time you obey His commandment. Every time you follow His guidance, He says, ka-ching, okay, more amount of valuable in that person's trust because he obeyed me. That's how it works. You cannot store spiritual trust with money. You cannot do it by good works unless the good works is the result of you obeying Yahuwah's will. Then that good works counts too. Let me read that verse again. Preserve me means keep me and protect me. Make sure I don't what? End up rotting away, dying, getting sick, wasted away. Preserve me, O Elohim, for means because. Because in thee, in Yahuwah Elohim, My trust is in thee. Do I put my trust? O my soul, thou hast said unto Yahuwah, Thou art my Adonai. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth. Okay, this is a dialogue, okay? It's not just me speaking to my soul, but it also includes the quotation coming from Yahuwah, back and forth, okay? The entire passage of Psalm 16 is a dialogue between me, well, not me, the psalmist, and Yahuwah, back and forth. So the psalmist, which is supposed to stand for all of us, right? Because what good is a Psalm 16 if it just includes the psalmist, in this case King David? Now this is David's story. Fine. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Then what good is it? Psalm 16 better be my story too. Yes, David did speak it. But this is my story. It better be. Otherwise, Yahuwah and I have what? No business together, no connection. Exactly as David's trust was put in Yahuwah, my trust better be put in Yahuwah too. So it makes me party of interest because it's my story too. Okay? So when it says, "Oh my soul," it's speaking about my soul, not King David speaking about his soul. Yes, it is his soul too, but that's not all. O my soul, thou hast said unto Yahuwah, Thou art my Adonai. My goodness extend not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent in whom is all my delight. Who's speaking that? My goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent in whom is all my delight. Is that the psalmist speaking? No, that's the quotation from Yahuwah. He's telling you, and you are quoting him. Oh, this is what he said. And then use quote. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another Elohim, another God. Anyone who follows anything or anyone other than the truth, Yahuwah himself, they are just piling up or multiplying their sorrow. Now they may not know that, and that multiplication of sorrow may not even be visible at the time, but Bible makes it absolutely clear it's going to get caught up. Given enough time, they're going to eat the device of their hand. And that's what makes them wicked, workers of iniquity, because Yahuwah is giving them chance after chance after chance, thousands and thousands of days worth of chance, yet they ignore all of them. And so-called Christians think it's okay. Well, that's okay. It's not okay. It should make you puke. It should make you very, very angry. Anyone who rejects the truth willfully, okay, this is a key, willful rejection, should make you very, very angry. Now, ignorant rejection, they don't even know they're ignoring it. You should feel pity for those people. But any time and every time, the person or people should know better, because they've been around this block several hundred times already. Okay? And they, again, routinely, as a matter of fact, flat out reject and ignore Yahuwah's warning. That should make you very, very angry. And it should make you, I'm not going to do anything to do with these people. What am I supposed to do with these people or this person? The man of iniquity, workers of iniquity, one who puts big thumbs at Yahuwah's face over and over again. Oh, I'm supposed to go and evangelize these people. Forget the evangelizing. They've been evangelized countless times, and it is their final decision over and over again to reject Yahuwah's mercy and grace. Don't you do anything to do with those people. The sad part of it is we do that too. I do that. Have you ever wondered why do people who are devoted, really obedient Christians, obedient Yahuwah's people, they are the ones who spend time to fast, to walk in the ways of sanctification, to deny themselves more than the beginner Christians. Why? Shouldn't they, hey, happy-go-lucky, Yahushua paid for all my sin, and Yahuwah is good to me, I've been walking with him for 30 years, so now I got no worries. Shouldn't it be like that? You study the Bible. How do people become as they walk with Yahuwah? Do they become more sanctified? Or do they become more giddy and just bouncing up and down? Huh? And have you wondered why that's the case? Because as long as we walk in this flesh, the very same hatred that you should feel against anyone who willfully rejects Yahuwah's commandment, this is it. This body is doing that. This flesh is keep doing that. And you hate it. Yes, we remain thankful and grateful for Yahuwah's mercy and grace. Because in spite of our ignorance, willful rejection of Yahuwah's truth, He forgave us. So yes, we are grateful for that. We are thankful. We rejoice in that. But that does not mean it's okay. Oh, I'll turn blind eye to my flesh. It's not like that. The more thankful and grateful you become to the truth, the more you have disdain and hatred for lies and deception. You don't let lies and deception slide just because you've been quote-unquote forgiven. Our goodness. This is Yahuwah telling us. My goodness extended not to thee. We cannot get to Yahuwah's goodness. And hence, Yahuwah's goodness cannot come up to us. We are not good enough for His goodness. It is by His justification. We are not perfect, but you know what? He calls us perfect. He says you are perfect, even though we're not. How's that possible? Because somebody else did perfection in our place. His own Son, His only begotten Son, Yahushua, stood in our place to meet the requirement of total perfection. So He's the one who walked the walk. We get the credit. How? Well, because we are in Him. We are in Yahushua HaMashiach. The little bit of obedience that we do today, that allows us to remain in the ark. The 8 people who walked into the ark, Noah and his family, that process of walking into the ark was counted for their justification. But what survived through the flood? The 8 people or the ark? Ark did. Right? It took 100 years to build that vessel. It was built very sturdy to survive that torrential deluge, right? No human flesh could have survived in that kind of water. But they walked in it. So Yahuwah was more than happy. He would have been perfectly content. Okay, as long as you are in the ark does the work and you get the credit, you get the benefit. That's the justification. We're not saved because of what we have done. At least in Noah's case, he had to spend 100 years to build the ark. We didn't even do that. Yahushua did everything. And he counts us his people when we obey him today. Just today. That's good enough for us to be in him. That's how we are saved. But look at us, not Yahushua, us, me. I'm still full of filthiness. And here I am supposed to be, I don't have to do anything. Hypocrite. If you are truly walking in truth in Yahushua and you're going to see your shortcoming, you will struggle with that. You are. Because it's not because I want to be saved. You're already saved. You're already in the ark. Because you are grateful for what Yahushua have done, he already hath done, finished. When you see things that are contrary to the ways of Yahuwah in Yahushua, you don't want anything to do with that. You want to get rid of it. That's the process of sanctification. That's why true Christians, they don't have to be told. It's not certain day. It's not because somebody else made them feel bad. It's none of those. The Spirit of truth gives you unction to fast, to pray, to deny yourself. Not because that's the way you're going to attain salvation. No, you don't become saved like that. You're given that unction to deny yourself, to keep yourself sanctified, because you are already saved. And if you don't have that urge from the Spirit to read the Bible carefully, to pray, to spend time praising Yahuwah. Yes, group praising is good too. But when you are by yourself, when nobody else is noticing you, do you really have that urge? If not, I'll be very weary of where I stand. Because, hey, I thought I stand under Yahushua's name. Understand. Inside of the ark of Noah. But maybe I thought I was. And that thinking was misplaced because I never have an urge to look out for my sanctification. My spiritual maturity is not a concern to me. I don't really care whether I read Bible or not. If you have mindset like that, if you have an attitude like that, and if I were you, I'd be very, very weary. Because you just might be a religious person, and that's all. And this religious person is mentioned in verse 4. Okay, their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another god. They are religious. You know what? They are not just religious, they are very devoted religious. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. They call out the name of God, God this, God that, God loves you, I love God, blah, 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 God that, God bless you, God this, God bless America. And they give drink offerings of blood. They physically do sacrifices. They pay out a lot of money. They dedicate their buildings to their gods. Oh yeah, they give a lot of money to the children's hospital. They give donations for charity works, etc., etc. They are very, very religious. But religion can never save you. Never. Because Yahuwah is not retained by religion. You cannot put your trust by doing a lot of religious activity. Verse 5 gives you contrast. The Yahuwah, the Lord here is Yahuwah is the portion of mine inheritance, and of my cup thou maintainest my lot. Who has the bank account in the bank? The bank does, right? Does that make sense? Exactly same fashion. If I have trust in Yahuwah, Yahuwah has to maintain my lot, my possession. He's the one who takes care of it. It tells you, verse 5 tells you, thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places, yea, I have a goodly heritage. The lines here is referring to the lines that Yahushua, not Hamashiach, Yahushua the general, divided up all these heritages, all these lands in the land of Canaan to those tribes. The 2.5 tribe, Reuben and Gad, and half tribe of Manasseh already received their inheritance the eastern side of the river Jordan. But the rest of the tribes, 10.5 tribes, okay, half tribe of Manasseh, so Manasseh got split. Half of the Manasseh got their land in the eastern side, the sunrise side of river Jordan, not Jordan, it's Jordan. J is silent, yo, soft, Jordan. And the 10.5 tribes went over river Jordan to the western side, and they were given the line, right? The map with the dividing, right? Plot. That's the line. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have goodly heritage. That's what it is. You have this, again, physical land in the land of Canaan is illustration for our trust in kingdom of heaven. Do you understand? It is an example. And you don't get that until you cross the river Jordan. You first have to cross the Red Sea, and then you gotta go through the wilderness, and then cross the river Jordan. These are all symbolic. But who is the one who divides the line? Who did that? Well, in Israelites' case, it was Yahushua the general with the high priest at the time, Eleazar. Okay? And then each tribe by lot. Right? Lot is throwing the dice, pulling a number. Okay? That is a picture of Yahuwah's choice. So in our perspective, it's the what? Number by chance, right? Just because you are hardworking doesn't mean, oh, I want that particular land. You can't do that. You are given by lot. Just like how you are born into this world. This is a lot. You didn't choose to be a female. You didn't choose to be a male, right? All these are illustration. In our perspective, it's the action of chance. Oh, I don't have any saying in the matter. It was just whatever the number I pulled, right? But in Yahuwah's perspective, it is all by His choice. Verse 6 continues, the lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places, yea, I have a goodly heritage. This is why I choose to bless Yahuwah. I choose to be with Yahuwah. I choose to ask Yahuwah's presence in me. That's what it means when you say, I will bless Yahuwah. It does not mean sometime in the future I am going to be with Yahuwah or I'm going to bless. No. It's got nothing to do with the future event. I will bless Yahuwah means at this moment, right now, when my breath is still in me, right now, it is my intention and choice to be with Yahuwah and ask Him to be with me. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with someday I'm going to go to church. Someday I'm going to believe in Jesus and go to heaven. It's got nothing to do with that. That is the lie of the devil. You understand? As the time gets closer and closer to the end, the lies become much, much, much closer to the shade of truth. If somebody gives you a $3 bill, are you going to take it? $3 US paper money. Why? Why wouldn't you take it? Because there isn't $3 bill. You know it's fake. American US dollar, the Federal Reserve note, is not denominated in $3, okay? They do have a $2 bill, by the way. 1, 2, 5, then 10. There is no $15 bill, right? Then 20, 50, 100, etc., okay? So if somebody offered you $3 bill for change, you're not going to take that. You know it's phony. Do you understand? But as the counterfeiter becomes more and more skilled, you think that person's going to ever print out $3 bill? No. They're going to print out $20 note, indistinguishable to naked eye. That's how it works with the Bible of the truth too. This is why Satan laughs all the way to his home in hell, right? Whenever a person says, oh, I go to church tomorrow, next week, sometime, maybe this Christmas, sometime later. Because they think, I will bless Yahuwah means, oh, someday in the future, I'm going to do this. No. That's like saying, I will breathe. Oh, you mean you're gonna hold your breath until sometime in the future? What do you want to do in the meantime? Your body's gonna suffocate. Your brain's gonna start dying in a matter of seconds without oxygen. That's what stroke is, by the way, right? You get stroke, right? Blood circulation stops. No, when you say I will breathe, that means I choose to breathe now. That's what it means. Understand properly. Verse 7 again, I choose to bless Yahuwah who hath given me counsel. It's already done deal. This is why it's not about future event. Yahuwah hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. When is a night season? When there is no light. This worldly journey that we are taking here, this wilderness pilgrimage is a night season. When people are busy spending their time getting ready for their vacation trips, instead of the eternity. The important things are washed away and neglected. They don't care about important things. They only care about what they want to focus on, or else urgent things. What is seemingly urgent, rushed. They don't care about important things. Verse 8 continues, I have set Yahuwah always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Right hand has nothing to do with just the right hand. Okay, right hand means the position of power. What do you do with your power? With your last dying breath, what do you do? At this moment, what is your intention and your choice? That is the right hand. If you have set Yahuwah always before you, meaning you set Yahuwah's way your priority. Doesn't mean you don't do other things. Yes, you still get to do other things if it is within Yahuwah's choice. But if you put Yahuwah's choice the priority, pronto, Greek word pronto, right now, right? At this moment, then what happens? You shall not be moved. You're not going to be wiped away. The heaven and earth shall pass away, but Yahuwah's word shall not pass away. Do you understand? You're going to remain firmly in the trust that you have put in Yahuwah. Do you understand that? Because he is the one who divides the line of your heritage. You don't do that. Who's going to take away your heritage, your lot, your trust in the hand of Yahuwah? Who's going to take that away? None. There's none that could take that away. That's why you keep it in whose hand? Yahuwah's hand. Instead of whose hand? My hand. Because if it was my hand, who's going to take it away? Oh, my enemy is going to take it away. Of course, anybody who's stronger than me will take it away. Go and study these so-called Christians again and again, okay? Anyone who thinks that they are happiest when they get their possession under their own control, they are not Christians. Not the way the Bible talks about. Certainly not the way the Psalm 16 talks about. True Yahuwah's people are happiest when they realize that their lot, their trust, their heritage, their inheritance, their property is in whose hand? Yahuwah's hand. That way, you are not going to be moved. No one can take things away from you. No one can push you over. No one can bully you. Do you understand that? I shall not be moved, because I have set Yahuwah always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Do you understand? You remember I told you before we began this session to memorize the verses? This is why. You may not understand it, but it's all there. It's there. Memorize it. Okay? We're still working on this particular psalm. We don't have a music for Psalm 16 yet, but Yahuwah gave us music for Psalm 12, Psalm 13, Psalm 14, Psalm 15, Psalm 17, and also Psalm 19. So we're still working on some more. Eventually, Yahuwah willing, we're going to have music for every one of these psalms, and then some. Why? Well, because we like music. No, that's not it. We are hoping and praying that our children and us, our family members, and those who are like our family, right? Friends who choose to walk in Yahuwah's way will be benefited, will be given additional tool to memorize these words from early age on when they are set to music. Verse 9 continues, Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. My flesh also shall rest in hope. This rest that flesh is going through is euphemism for what? Is it talking about just sleep? Exactly. It's a physical death. Your flesh rests in hope. Hope of what? Being risen again, but not the way it was before. Not the way Lazarus was raised, right? Lazarus was raised 4 days after he was dead. But he was raised in which form? The original form. So he later on dies again. No. That's not the hope. When this flesh goes to sleep, dies, and before Yahushua comes, we shall all be risen. I hope, Yahuwah willing. And we shall be risen in the hope of glory, in uncorruptible body. That's the hope. Let me read that verse 9 again. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. What is my glory? Who's my glory? Yahuwah is my glory. Yahuwah rejoiceth. Yahuwah is happy about us. And as a result, my flesh also shall rest in hope. Yes, this is why true child of Yahuwah never fears anything that enemy can do in flesh. Nothing, including physical death. We don't care about those things. Because my trust, my inheritance, my heritage, my lot, my glory, all that is in the hand of Yahuwah that no one can take away. Verse 10 continues, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. Okay, so in verse 10, soul is used in interchange with the spirit, but soul in this case is accurate too, because you have to be entirely risen, spirit, mind, and body, in order for you to be complete soul. Okay? You understand? For thou choose not, it is not Yahuwah's intention to leave my soul in hell, in rottenness. Neither it is thy intention to suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. This was already fulfilled once with the resurrection of Yahushua, right? Yahushua's body never got corrupted. Verse 11 continues, it is Yahuwah's will to shew me the path of life. And what is path of life? Path of life is where there is no death of any kind. You don't die, okay? Anyone who teaches this idea of a resurrection, or I'm not the resurrection, this reincarnation, right? You die and then you come back, you die and come back. They have no idea what life is. Anyone who tells you, oh, that is a natural part of life, that is speaking the lies of the devil. That's like saying, oh, the darkness is a natural part of light. No, it's not. It's not. Life means there should be zero death. No death of any kind. So this path of life is something that we as a humanity have no idea. Because we don't exist in path of life. You know where you exist? Where we live? In the path of death. That's why everyone dies eventually. Thou choose to shew me the path of life. Now, when you walk as a Christian in path of life, this flesh gets in the way because this flesh belongs in the path of death. This flesh cannot go on living forever. It must die. That's why we rest in hope. My flesh also shall rest in hope, because I give this death-ridden body away, flesh away, in order to receive eternal body that never gonna die. Do you understand that? You plant the seed a flower or seedling, and then it grows into a tree. What you plant is not what you reap. Does that make sense? Verse 11 again, let's conclude. Yahuwah, choose to show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Yahuwah being with us forever is the path of life. Because Yahuwah is life itself. There is no life outside of Yahuwah. Again, all those people who believe in evolutionist idea of these Big Bang Theory or these cosmological ideas of universe and multiverse and all this, they will get what they deserve. I, for one, choose to believe in life. Yahuwah. In Yahuwah's presence is fullness of joy. At Yahuwah's right hand, again, right hand has to do with the power of authority. It's not right hand versus left hand. People get offended. I'm sorry, I gotta make this remark. Oh, I'm left-handed. I'm a southpaw, right? But 15 to 20% of population in the world is left-handed. 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 6. So every time the right hand comes up, it's like right hand person get unfair treatment, unfair advantage. I understand what they're saying. Joshua is left-handed. It's not about right hand versus left hand. Please. In this context, right hand means power of authority. Strong hand. So in Joshua's case, left hand is your right hand. Power of authority. That's an illustration. Yahuwah's power, okay? At Yahuwah's power, there are what? Pleasures forevermore. Can there be pleasure in death and decay? Destruction? Deception? Can there be pleasure in those things? No. In Yahuwah's power, there are pleasures forevermore. And that right hand, Yahuwah's power of authority, is what I have put my trust in. My lot. And if you have put your trust and your life and your heritage, everything that is valuable in Yahuwah's hand, what are you going to end up with? Pleasures evermore. Because that's what his right hand is, right? So why would you worry? Why would you worry whether you get sick, whether you get old, whether you get poor? Some month you make money, some month you don't. Oh, but I gotta get a job, I gotta go to school, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Why? You wouldn't do any of those things unless Yahuwah tells you to. Do you understand why it is such a mockery to Yahuwah? Those people who call themselves Christians and say, oh, but I gotta send my children to college. What do I do? Did Yahuwah tell you to send your children to college? Oh, I think so. That's what my minister at the church says. No. Forget the minister at the church. Did Yahuwah tell you to send your children to college? Yes or no? I read this Bible so many times, okay? Where does it say Yahuwah telling you to go to college? Does he even acknowledge college? Does he even acknowledge jobs? How can he tell you to send somebody to anywhere if he doesn't even acknowledge the existence of it in the first place? Lies. Goddamn lies. Lies of the devil. That's all they are. I'm not trying to say that, you shouldn't go to college. No. You should hear from the horse's mouth. If Yahuwah tells you to go to college, sure. Guess what? If he tells you to go to college, who's going to provide a way for you to go to college? He has to. How come? Because he's the one who has everything that you have. You got what? Nothing. You got nothing. There's a joke in Korean way, right? Again, it's been quite some time since I was in Korea. I don't keep up with the Korean culture, but I do recognize this joke, right? When somebody does you some favor, right? The joke goes like this: "Oh, thanks a lot. If you got some money, treat yourself to nice things, okay?" That's a joke. 한국말로는 돈 있으면 빵 사 먹어. Right? If you got money, go and buy some, tasty things for yourself. If Yahuwah is sending you to college and you have to get a loan to go to college, okay? Is Yahuwah telling you to get in debt to go to college? Think about it. Is Yahuwah telling you, oh, you've done very well, go and do this with your own money? You've done so well, so I'm going to give you something nice, okay? Here's the nice thing. With your money, go buy something nice for yourself. That's a nice thing that he did. Really? Did he ever operate like that to us? Ever? Why would he change all of a sudden when it comes to college, when it comes to getting a job, when it comes to getting married, when it comes to having children, when it comes to buying a house? Why would he change? The truth of the matter is really, really simple. So-called Christians who make mockery of Yahuwah by working as a hypocrite, they sell out the name of Jesus Christ. They sell them out. Okay? Oh, Jesus told me to do this. Okay? How do you supposed to do that? I don't know. Maybe get a debt, borrow money. Everybody else is going to college. You mean everybody else is borrowing money to go to college? And why would you go to college in the first place? Oh, to get education. You mean you can't get knowledge, information without going to college? 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it made sense. But nowadays, information is dime a dozen. The knowledge is free for all. Just few mouse click, few keyboard strokes, you could get all kinds of information and knowledge. Oh, but I cannot get a degree. What do you need a piece of paper that tells you that you should already know something? If you already know it, what difference does it make whether that piece of paper says you know it or not? If the baby is born, what difference does it make whether you have a certificate that says the baby is born or not? Huh? Oh, I need that certificate to get a government money, Social Security. Are you saying that that's the way that Yahuwah wants you to walk? That's news to me, because the Bible that I read, no, he never says anything like that. He never says go over there and then somebody else will give you what you need. No, he tells us, come here, come to me and I'll take care of you. He always says that. We just went through the book of Numbers yesterday, chapter 10 through 14, I think. They complained. Hey, we are getting sick and tired of this manna. I want to eat some meat, flesh. And Moses said, how are we going to feed all these people, 600,000 footmen? How many animals can be slaughtered to feed these people just a little bit? And Yahuwah said, no, I'm not going to feed these people for 1 day, not even 2 days, not even a week, not even 10 days, not even 50. I'm going to feed them whole month, non-stop, with flesh. He is. Incidentally, you're supposed to test Yahuwah on the promise. This is how you verify whether the spiritual connection that you're making is with the maker of heaven and earth or some other deity. Do you understand? I plan to cover Psalm 17 too, but I think this is quite enough. Psalm 16 for today. Let me read Psalm 16 again. Preserve me, O Elohim, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said in unto Yahuwah, thou art my Adonai. My goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another god. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Yahuwah is the portion of my inheritance, and of my cup thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I choose to bless Yahuwah, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set Yahuwah always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt shew me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Let us pray. Father Yahuwah, we thank thee again for another beautiful day. Help us to walk before thee in thy way, in thy nature. Be unto us eternal heritage, our lot, our trust, our life, Father. Grant us thy presence as we choose to be with thee every step of the way, Father. Let thy Spirit, the Spirit of truth in Yahushua HaMashiach, guide us and protect us, and grant us seeing eye, hearing ear. We thank thee for thy mercy and grace, thy loving kindness, and thy eternal righteousness, Father. Help us to get to know thee better and better. Make us to walk through the pathway of the practicing sanctification. Grant us the maturity in spirit and mind, and disciplining of the body, that we may be found completely and wholly acceptable in thy sight, Father. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.